We don't have the right sound on. I gotta get it going. Okay, now we got the right sound. You guys let me know that you can hear me. I was immediately going through and about to hit go live, and then I realized I didn't plug the mic in yet. That's my bad, guys. That's my bad. Okay, I'm gonna go back to our starting screen, which I always start right here. If you guys follow me, then you know. I always start in my Amazon live first, and then I go over to my storefront. The reason for that is because you can tap follow in my live stream that you're watching right now, or you can tap follow over in my storefront. A lot of people like to go over to my storefront because there is just a lot more there than the 40 maximum products that I can go over with you tonight. Tonight's live stream is a sponsored live stream. I am sponsored by Nutri. I'm also sponsored by Bray and Amazon List this evening. We are going to be going over hair training, which is what I do and got my hair to grow longer. Yes, this is my hair. I get asked that constantly. I actually had another mom digging through my hair the other day looking for extensions. Was a little strange, but no, I do not have extensions. Yes, I have worn extensions in the past. Yes, I will still wear extensions sometimes if I want added volume, but this is my hair. My hair, I had a really hard time getting it to grow for years and years and years, and then finally I figured out what to do. So I'm going to be sharing that with you tonight. These are all things that I use, all things that I personally do as well. So in my storefront page, if you guys want to skip ahead and you're not wanting to watch the whole live stream, you can always hit right over here where it says idea list. There is an entire idea list for hair training with an additional more than 40 products if you're interested. But for now, I'm going to go back and we're going to go ahead and get started. Who's ready? Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready. Hello, Tech Tips and Tools. How are you? Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready to talk about hair tonight, but also put a 1 in the chat if you are ready for a live stream only promo code. Yay! I do have 20% off on Nutri, Amazon List, Bray, all of their products this evening. That 20% off that is toggled right now is good for any of the products that I'm going over, or if you tap over into any of their storefronts, it is good on the majority, if not all, of the products in their storefronts as well. So if you're a hair care lover or you like to gift things for people's hair, like maybe your wife or your girlfriend or your daughter loves hair care products, grab the 20% off in this live stream only. Thank you for tapping 1, guys. Kitty's ready. Tech Tips is ready. I'm ready too. I'm ready too. I feel like this stream, I've done this stream in the past about hair training, and honestly, I think people were a little confused because I was in the process still of growing my hair. I did not have long hair. So of course they're looking at me going, why are you doing this on hair training? Your hair's not that long. Well, now I just had like 2.5 inches cut off this week of my hair. Didn't really need it, but it was getting crazy long. It was just getting unmanageable. So I had about 2.5 inches cut off. Everything that I'm going over tonight are products that I personally use. I have used them for well over a year now. The last time I did a hair training stream was over a year ago, and since then my hair has never looked better. I have not washed my hair all week long. I know that might sound gross to some of you, but that's what hair training is. You train your hair to where you don't have to wash it all the time, and it doesn't get greasy, and it still grows, and it's not damaged, and it still looks nice. So I'm going to go over everything that I know to teach all of you right now. Thank you for the follow as well. I really do appreciate it. Along with the live stream only promo code that gives all of you 20% off this evening, which I would love for you guys when we get to each product to tell me how much it ended up being for you at checkout, because I'm not allowed to talk about pricing, but I know that some of these products already are marked down or have extra coupons online right now. Plus, you're going to also get that extra 20% off, so you should be getting some really nice deals tonight. Okay. Hey, stopping by to hang out and say hi. I appreciate it. And thank you, Kitty, for saying not gross. I had one of my girlfriends when I lived in up north. She had super, super short hair. I mean, like all that, like kind of stacked in the back. And she wanted to grow her hair out. She is actually the one. Her name is Erin. She might even join this evening. She is the one who introduced me first to hair training to try and get your hair to grow, just because I was complaining all the time about how I was constantly having to chop my hair off. I could never get it to grow. I could never get it to do anything. And I wasn't even treating my hair. I wasn't bleaching it. I wasn't coloring it, nothing. It just would not grow. Because I bleach my hair now. I get the balayage, I get highlights, I get color, I get all kinds of stuff, and my hair still grows. So let's get started. Okay, the very first product that I'm going over today, I'm going to go over here, show you guys a little up close and personal. This is the Brae, okay, B-R-A-E, see it? And it says this is the Soul Color Booster Ampule. Okay, I'm going to set this guy right here, and I'm going to grab some more of these because I have used this 2 weeks ago maybe. And I have a video that I'm going to show you guys. Of course, I have a video, right? I always have the videos so that you guys can see all the stuff and things. These come in little boxes like this just so that you can see. So don't be afraid when you get it because you're going to be like, oh my gosh, what is that? This is also the Brae Bond Angel, okay? So I'm going to set both of these right over here. We've got the Brae Bond Angel. We got the Brae Soul Color. See how they look similar, all right? I'm going to talk first about this Brae Bond Angel, even though they look similar, because this is the one that I used earlier, or not earlier this week, but last week, okay? There's a couple of different ways that you can use these, and that's what I want to show everyone, just so that there's no confusion, because I know that when you're looking at the listing page, there might be like different, instructions than what is received when you get it. So I'm going to go over here so that I can pull this up. I'm going to pull up this Bond Angel. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. There are 3 different kinds of oils in this guy. And because all of these have such like amazing different oils, and all of the different oils have different like things that they do basically. I do have notes because I want to make sure that I get it all right for you guys. Okay. So the Bond Angel is coconut oil, okay, macadamia oil, and the Ojon oils. Now, when we're talking about these types of oils, we're talking about your vitamins, your minerals, your proteins, your fatty acids, all of those things that can kind of make your hair stronger, less brittle, more moisturized. When they're talking about the macadamia oil that's in this, there's omega-3, there's omega-6, there's vitamins A, B, C, E. All of that's basically, in short form, talking about trying to control the frizz of your hair so that the frizz isn't like way out like this. Let me scoot these back so that you can see these a little better. Boop, there we go. I was too close to the camera, wasn't I? I use this a little differently than the instructions because for these, they say, hey, after you've colored your hair or after you've done anything, thank you for the follow, guys. I see you guys following. I promise I do. And I see the chats coming in. So if you guys have questions at any time when I'm going over this, just holler at me, ask me. That's what I'm here for. So you can either take this little ampule, this thing, okay? As your hair is wet, you're in the shower, or maybe you just got your hair done and you want to do a deep conditioner on your hair. You can pour it straight out of this little bottle like this, straight onto your hair, and then let it sit. Almost like those like old school like hot oil treatments that I used to do when I was younger. But what I do, and what you're seeing right here, is I take about 2 ounces of water. I go ahead and dump the ampule into that, and see that really thick cream that it makes? I like getting that and then tying my hair off right at the back of my neck, like you see right here. And I do the ends of my hair, just the ends. Now, this is safe to put on your scalp too. It 100% is safe to put on your scalp too. The coconut oil in this is really just going to help your natural keratin in your hair from losing that, right? So you also have, if you treat your hair with like harsh chemicals like I do, right? I'm bleaching my hair, I'm stripping it out. Or you have a curly texture. Hey Jen, how are you guys? What does it smell like? Kitty asked what it smells like. Everything that I'm going to show you guys tonight does not have a super overpowering smell. All of these first things that I'm going to show you, it's almost kind of a light floral type smell. There is a fragrance there, but it's not like when you go and you get your hair done, if you're getting your hair colored or bleached. It is nothing like that at all. And I'm very sensitive to smells. Like if something smells when I open it up and it's like burning my eyes, I'm not going to be using that. But if you think about if you mixed like coconut oil and macadamia oil together, kind of what that would smell like your nut oils, it's not bad at all. And when you wash it out, you don't smell it in your hair anymore anyway. So I leave this in my hair. I do this about 2 times a month, just so you guys know, because I bleach my hair. My hair is not naturally this color. My hair is naturally like the color of my eyebrows. It's pretty dark. So these are like deep conditioners for me, where it is that thick cream that sits on my hair, penetrates into like this part of your hair to just help it, to make it more manageable, to not make it brittle, to not make it to where it's like, you know, you pull it up and you're looking at your ends going, what happened and why does it look like hay? You know, I've had hair like that before. Often, the majority of my life. I used all kinds of stuff that my mom used to give me as a teenager, trying to make my hair not look like I had hay on top of my head. And when I would blow my hair dry when I was younger, my hair, I have naturally wavy hair, and when I would blow it dry, it would just kind of like go out like this. So I've never, until probably the last maybe 2 years, really had what I would consider like nice hair, if that makes sense. So I want to go over all of these with everybody, but I am showing that this has a % off right now, just so you guys know. And then you also would get the 20% off in my live stream. In order to claim the 20% off in my live stream, make sure that you're clicking the link that is down below that says, hey, there's a promo code with this stream tonight, so that you get it. I would personally go ahead and click on it just so that if you add anything to your cart at all, it'll go ahead and register that 20% off. Okay, the next item that I'm going to go over to this screen again. This is another, what I would consider, I guess, deep conditioner, but this one specifically, I'm turning it the wrong way, I'm so sorry, is a length extender. Okay, this is a hair mask. It is a length extender. I'm going to set these right over here so that I don't drop them or lose them, because I would cry if those broke on me, because they're fantastic. I honestly, you guys, I'm going to try and claim my own 20% off before the live stream ends so that I can stock up on all of these items. And then I get my own discount. So if it goes a little longer at the end, it might be because I'm trying to hurry up and check out. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, this is a length extender mask. This is the very first product that I got from any of these brands, okay? Because I thought, okay, let's see if this will help, you know, we'll see, you know, that kind of thing. This, I know you guys are going to ask what it smells like as well. This also shows that there's a % off as well. This is very, very light. It's a very, very light scent. To me, obviously, things are going to smell differently to everyone. You guys can see how thick this is down in here, though, right? It just smells good. It has, to me, it's almost like a little bit of a citrus scent, but then it also has that same floral. Now, this one, I usually let sit on my hair a little longer, and I typically use these, right? The Bond Angel, the Ampules. I use those right after I've gotten my hair done. So the first time that I wash my hair, after I go get it bleached or whatever they're doing to it, I use those as the deep conditioner to just try to like basically bring my hair back to normal, put back in anything that I've taken out, that type stuff. This guy I will use, so I get my hair done every like 12 weeks. This guy I will use a few times in between there. Now, I just had about this much of my hair cut off this week. I had a ton of growth that I was not expecting to have had at all. And personally, I think that it's because of this guy right here. This hair growth mask has burdock oil in it. Now, that again is your vitamins, your oils, those fatty acids. It's basically so that you don't have to cut your hair if you don't want to. So how many times have you guys gone to your hairdresser and you said, you know, I don't really want to get my hair trimmed. I don't really want to get it cut. I'm trying to grow my hair out. Is there any way that we can not cut it today? Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever done that before. If you've gone and you're trying to grow your hair out and then your hairdresser's looking at you like, no, you definitely need like this much cut off. Because they say that every time. They're going to be like, you need this much cut off at least. And then your heart kind of breaks because you're like, really? I was so excited. I had so much growth, honestly, since the last time I think I went 8 or 10 weeks ago to get my hair done from using these products regularly and more religiously since I found them since we moved. But she like said to me, she's like, you don't really need a haircut if you don't want it. You know, your ends look great. I'm not seeing like the major problems down here. And I said, you know what? No, let's go ahead and trim it anyway, because I know that I'm just going to grow it long again. I know I'm going to grow it back out. This also, along with that burdock oil, it also has the macadamia oil, and then it also has oat proteins. So the oat proteins is really looking more at like volume for your hair. And this one I will also show you guys. Let me go over over here, and I'll pull this one back down, and I want to show you guys the length extender video. It's much the same as those ampules, okay? I have dry hair before I'm going to get a shower. I take it on the ends, which is like from here out, and I rub this mask all on those ends. This is also okay to use closer to your scalp, just because the oat proteins that are in this are there to try and help those sebaceous glands, like your oil glands in your head, try and get them to normalize. And a lot of people, thank you guys for saying you're watching Ketosis Mama Gym. Remember to follow. Thank you guys. Everybody who follows, I don't think that you guys really realize how much a follow means to all of the Amazon Live creators. A follow could mean us getting bumped up to a new level. It could mean more sponsorships for us. And you guys, the more levels your favorite creators go, that's more deals for you all. Like, I have this promo tonight. I'm sponsored tonight. That promo is given to me by the brand who's sponsoring me, and they're marking the products down for you for while I'm live. I have to tell them when I'm live so that they can mark it down for my audience. You guys get a lot by just tapping a follow button. You'll never even realize how much it means to creators. So I really, truly do appreciate you guys tapping follow. Okay, this is Hair Center Max, those oat proteins. If you have really oily hair and you're saying, okay, how have you not washed your hair in over a week? You know, because you have the oil in your hair. Well, you can use this. And a lot of times people will say, don't use conditioners on your scalp. And I will agree with that for the majority of the time. But if you're doing something more like a deep conditioner and you're trying to really help those oil glands and the sebaceous glands in your head kind of normalize and not be overproducing or underproducing, then this might be a good answer for you. And all the things that I'm going over right now, sorry, I was supposed to leave this over here while I was talking to you guys. I have so many cameras set up. I have my, thank you to Pluggable. I will do a little plug for Pluggable. I have so many cameras going right now. Thank you to Pluggable, because I extended my ports, and that the Pluggable that I use is in my live stream if you guys are interested in it. Okay. So my spiel for the first two products are that really they're for anyone's hair. Like anyone's hair, doesn't matter what kind of hair you have, if it's curly, if it's coarse, if it's thin, if it's straight, if it's wavy, it doesn't really matter. These are just things that are helping you put things back into your hair that may have been stripped out of your hair, just to try and make it more, the elasticity better, to strengthen it, to kind of get rid of the brittleness, all that jazz. So if those are things that you're looking for as far as trying to get your hair to grow because the ends keep breaking off, or your hair just looks really dull and brittle, or it just doesn't, like if you pull your hair like this and you're doing like this with it and you feel like it's gonna break, it's probably not the best thing. You wanna be able to really kind of do this with your hair almost like a rubber band, and you can feel that elasticity in it. Okay, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. And if you guys see anything on my carousel that you're interested in, because I do see a lot of people going ahead and clicking other things. Just so you know, I do see what you click. Because you guys are moving ahead, if you have questions about something that is further down in my stream, holler at me in the chat and just say, hey, can you skip ahead and go over XYZ? Because I'm trying to decide if I want it or not. I have no problem with that. You guys just holler at me. Like right now, I see all y'all clicking on that purple. I see all y'all clicking on that purple Botox. I must have a bunch of blondes in here tonight. That's all I'm saying. Bunch of blondes. And that's okay. But if you guys want to know about it, because you're adding it over to your cart, just holler at me, because I am all about moving ahead. I am here for you, not for me. I'm here for you. All right, this next item, I'm going to put this guy down. This is the Bray. This is called Beauty Sleep. This is a night serum. I'm going to set this over the side because I got it all over my hands. This has an amazing scent. It almost has like a lavender-y type scent to it. Very kind of almost like essential oils type is what this smells like. That was me, and I don't have blonde, just seeing what it was. That's okay. There's multiple different colors of the hair Botox, and honestly, the pink one, in my opinion, is for anybody, regardless of what color hair you are. But they do make the other colors specific for blondes, brunettes, if you have silver or white hair, things like that. Just because a lot of times, you know, blonde hair will get super brassy. You know, when you look at a blonde and she hasn't had her hair done in a while, and it kind of looks like an orangey, like gold tint when it really shouldn't be that color, the purple really just pulls that gold out. Just a little tidbit for the other people that were looking at it, because it wasn't just you that was clicking on it. Trust me, Jennifer. Okay. All right. The Bray. I use this on a nightly basis. Yes, it is a night serum. It is a night serum, but I also use it during the day. I know that's going to sound a little strange. It has and I know I butcher this every time. It's called, is it jojoba oil? Some people say jojoba. I say jojoba. And it also has niacinamide in it. The niacinamide that is in this is also going to help balance the oils in your scalp. It has lipids. It has the vitamin B, C, and E. That's basically just to control your frizz. And anytime you all see that a product has vitamin E in it, that is basically just saying, hey, we're trying to help you control your hair in humidity. So if your hair has a hard time in like humid conditions, then the Beauty Sleep may be for you. Now, typically, I just said that it's a night serum, and this is true. It is. You guys see it? See how thick it is? It is a night serum. I still use it after I fix my hair, and I didn't use it today. I will still use it on the ends of my hair because it's not greasy. Oh, and it smells so good. Sorry. It smells so good. It's not greasy at all. It's not like a thick oil that you would be putting on your hair that's then going to weigh your hair down. And if you guys ever have those little like flyaways after you do your hair, you can take just a little bit of this, rub your hands together, and just kind of lightly go over that, and it's going to help. It's going to help a lot. This Beauty Sleep is probably one of my honest to goodness favorite products in the whole lineup tonight. Just because, and I'm not allowed to say this on Amazon Live, but there are other products and other brands that may have similar products that this is very, very super similar to. And a lot of you will probably know exactly what I'm talking about, but this has a % off right now. Plus, you then also get the 20% off from this live stream. As long as you click the button, as long as you click that link at the bottom that says you're getting the 20% off, okay? Just seeing what it was. Yeah, okay, remember. Yes, remember to follow. Thank you guys. If you're not currently following me, why? Why would you not follow someone who's going to offer you discounts and free stuff? I am doing a very small giveaway tonight, just so you guys know. So the brand wanted to provide the % off for all of the products. However, I do have a sample right here of the Botox Expert that I am going to send to one of the people watching tonight. So anyways, this is an anti-frizz, hydration, thermo, multi-control mask. Okay, we'll go over these in just a moment because I want to go over a couple of other things first, because I want to go over things that are for anyone and everyone's hair first, and then we'll go into like specialized like by color or, you know, for coarser hair, things like that. All right. The next item is probably one of the more popular items that I go over with this brand specifically, and I'll explain why. This is the Amazon Liss Tanino. It is also by Nutri. It is an anti-frizz active, almost like if you guys think about what a keratin treatment would do for your hair, that is what this guy is doing. However, it's vegan, and it's using grape seed extract, shea butter, and tamarind from, you know, like Indian dates to straighten your hair. The other reason that I really think that this is probably one of, you think Catwoman would like this? Batman. I just saw that your screen name was Batman. And I saw the Catwoman first. I'm like, what? Now I get it. You're funny. You're cute. Okay. If you guys think about the keratin treatments that you get on your hair, it is to both straighten, smooth, get rid of all the flyaways, make your hair a lot more manageable. Different types of treatments like that last a different amount of time. The other reason that I think that this one is probably one of the more popular ones is because you do not need an iron. You do not need a flat iron to use this product. So and it can last, the results from this will last up to 2 to 3 months, depending on kind of, you know, how often you're washing your hair, what else you're doing to your hair, things like that. So it is a perfect smooth extreme shine nourishment treatment. So you're going to use this as an anti-frizz. So again, this is your omega-3, omega-6, your vitamin D, your F. All of that can also help to stimulate growth for your hair when you're trying to get your hair to grow. You're also looking from that tamarind. It's going to work on your elasticity and smoothness. And then the grapeseed extract has, oh my gosh, like everything, proteins, organic acids, all of the vitamins that you need for your hair treatment. And if you guys open up the listing on this, you can read a little more about how this works and specifically how you would put it on your hair, because there is a process. You, of course, have to put it on your hair, leave it, wash your hair first, get clean hair. Section your hair out, put this in different sections, leave it for a little bit. You're going to then go wash your hair, but you're not going to wash all of this out of your hair, because when you go out and you're blow drying your hair, you want some of this to still be in your hair so that it does the treatment that it should be doing. However, this does not require the heat from a flat iron that the other treatments that I'm about to go over do. So I think that's why this one is probably the most popular. And it's usually for people who are like kind of just trying out those keratin type treatments. You know, they're not really sure about it, that type stuff. Okay, let me. Okay, so now I'm going to go over, let me see what I have going next. Nope, I grabbed the wrong one. Now we're going to go over the pink. So I said before, there's multiple different ones of the Brazilian Botox Experts. Now, let me put this over here so you guys can see how pretty it is, first of all. Now, these are the ones that I think, in my opinion, have a little bit stronger smell. It's not to the point where it's, you know, overpowering or anything like that, because it's not overpowering. But I did use this on my mom, and I want to show you guys how I use this on her, just so that you get a good idea of how you use these, okay? Here we go. Okay, so that was my mother's hair. She bleaches the heck out of her hair, and she has for years. When I was down there, she was telling me that her hair was broken, like all in places. You guys see that, the before and after. It's broken like all the way up here with tons of flyaways and breaking just everywhere. So I tried the treatment on her. She absolutely loved it. I agree. I think that it did a really, really nice job. So was her hair wet using the styling brush? Styling brush. The round, are you talking about the round brush? Yes, and I have that item that I'm going over tonight as well because it's what I use. It is a blow dryer brush that you can use, and it is what I use. It's fabulous. This item right now does have, so the Nutri Brazilian Botox, this honestly, it has marine collagen from seaweed. It's basically for damage correction for your hair, okay? Again, it has olive, almond, shea. It's also got the tamarind, which is helping with that UV and also thermal protection as well. So if you do use a lot of heat on your hair, then you're probably going to want something like this just to help with like that brittleness. It also has a wheat protein in it to help strengthen the split ends as well. So this, I'm going to go over some other ones as well if you have other colored hair. So if you want something that kind of deposits brown into your hair or pulls gold out, there's also masks for that as well. Yes. So Charity, if you scroll through, and you know what, I'll go ahead and do it for you. I will scroll through for you and let me find it. I will go over it. This is the Lange Hair Le Volume, and I believe that I have a video for that as well if you would like to see it. Since you're asking about it right now, let me pull it up for you. I discovered this about, I would say, 2 years ago, and I was having to blow dry my hair and try to round brush at the same time. And if you guys have long hair, then you guys know that that's not always the easiest thing to do. You know, like you get about halfway through and your arm starts hurting or your shoulder starts cramping and you're thinking, what am I even doing this for? I should just let it blow dry on its own. And please don't judge all the hair that's in all of my brushes because I use these constantly. I just wanted to use it on here just to quickly show you all. It is something that I use. It is something that I've used for over 2 years, and I do think that it really helps. I honestly usually let my hair dry almost like, I would say like 75 to 80% of the way on its own, just kind of air drying before I go back and use this blow dryer round brush. It does a really nice job on my hair. I typically do not have to then go back and try to like straighten my hair or anything like that because it already looks really straight from using this specific tool. Okay, I hope that helps. I hope that answered your questions, and if you do have other questions, just holler at me. All right, the next item that I'm going to go over, you remember you guys, I said that I was going to talk to you all about different products that would be for different types of hair. So this last product that I'm going to be talking about, this is the Amazon List, also by Nutri. It has the, and I butcher this every time too, guys. Is it the acai berry extract? I think so. And then it also has the cacao extract as well. So this is 3 different steps in here, and this is really for people who have more of that coarse hair to really get the straightening and that keratin look treatment that they're wanting. This one can last 3 to 6 months. Yeah, 3 to 6 months. So this one, if you are used to doing treatments like that, or you've done treatments like that in the past, then this one might be for you. This one does require a flat iron, so it does require that heat in order to do this. And I do want to show you guys really quickly. I have just kind of the instructions that go with this really quick. Let me pull it up so that you guys can see, because all of these are in general, I would say, about the same type of instructions, but some of them, oops, sorry, pushed the wrong arrow. Some of these, they have like this step-by-step. So again, where I was doing this one on my mom's hair just a second ago, was her, oh, okay, the same thing. You are going to want to still section out the different parts of your scalp. I personally, because I have so much hair, I recommend sectioning at least 4 sections, but for me, I actually do 6. Just because I want to really make sure that I'm getting each section and saturating it how it should be done. Now, this one specifically, there is a shampoo in here. There is the intensive cream, which is like, you know, what you want to treat your hair. And then there's also the part that does the keratin tight treatment on your hair. So it says that it is an elixir, which I love that word. I don't know why. So you have the Brazilian smooth. Okay, sorry, I'm going to start over. Shampoo is an anti-residue shampoo. The Brazilian smoothing treatment is your step 2. And then step 3 is the intensive repair mask. And that's what you're going to try to do as soon as you do this keratin type treatment on your hair, so that you're making sure that you're not damaging it. The reason that I think a lot of people like this, especially if they have coarse hair or hair that just does not straighten easily at all, is because it has the 3 steps and it's a little stronger. I think this one's a little stronger, and you leave some of the product in your hair and you straighten it, then you go wash it out after you've left that treatment in your hair and straightened it, and then when you get out, you just blow dry it and it's going to stay that straight. So if you guys want to pull this listing up, you can see a lot more of the details about this and how it works. They do have like how-to videos and things like that if you're questioning it. But this one specifically, I did not put on my hair when they sent it to me this time because I just did my hair, just did it. And I don't really have coarse hair. I also don't really have thick hair either. So this one is for all of my coarse and thick hair ladies. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go into these masks that I told you guys that we were going to talk about. Again, we're talking about that marine collagen. We're talking about that almond, shea, tamarind. So all of these jars of things, I'm going to put them over here. All of these jars of things, they all say blonde Botox expert. And then this one says Brazilian Botox expert. Then I've got 2 more. Hold on. This one says dark brown Botox expert. And this one says silver Botox expert. Now, you guys, if you're like me, when there's a lot of things that all say Botox expert and they're all with the same ingredients and there's just a difference in color for the container, it gets a little confusing. I get it. 100% I get it. But I want to show them to you all. And I want to explain my interpretation of it as well. The pink, all right, that we went over first, I really feel like is for anybody's hair, regardless of what color your hair is or length or anything like that. Okay, and again, we're talking about helping your hair from breakage. We're talking about that UV and thermal protection. We're talking about adding your vitamins, your fatty acids, your proteins, all of that back into your hair so that it's not as damaged. Okay. This one is also one I know that I'm going to be using quite often because this is the purple one that I saw everyone grabbing, because most blondes know, or brunettes that have highlights, that when you add, see how purple that is? So everybody see how purple that is. Purple, 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 purple. Purple on blonde hair is going to pull out that brassiness and that kind of coppery look. So if you ever go get your hair done and you're getting blonde in it and you're not happy with the blonde and you get home and it looks coppery or it looks yellow or it looks odd, or even if you got your hair done a couple of weeks ago and it starts looking like that, grab one of these. This is the same type of mask. You're just trying to get rid of that brassiness from your hair, and then it's also going to help you with damage and to where you don't have to keep cutting your hair off because you're treating your hair. Okay, the silver is for exactly who you think it would be for. So if you have silver hair, white hair, see how it's kind of like a creamy look down in there? This is really the same thing. This is to help you with your hair, keeping it that bright silver, keeping it that bright white that you would want, and then also helping to protect your hair from damage, UV, thermal, brittleness, all that kind of stuff. I've seen a lot of ladies who have gray and white hair now who have hair longer than mine. Honestly, I don't know if when I'm older that I'll do that too, but if I do, I'm definitely going to be using these. If you have darker hair, so this is for dark brown, I will say to you all, they also do have one that is for redheads. So if you're a redhead and you're like, wait, I've been left out, you really haven't. I just don't have it on my stream tonight. This I'm going to show you all as well. This is see how dark that is? Dark, dark, dark. If you like your hair dark and it fades after you go get your hair done, and then it starts lightening, or you start seeing like grays, or it just looks really dull, and you want that darkness added back in without having to keep going back in and putting more color and more color and more color on your hair, this is going to deposit a little bit of that dark into your hair so that it looks shinier and it doesn't look dull, okay? I'm not going to tell you that this is going to cover your grays, because I do not think that it's going to do that. But this is a thermo multi-control mask, anti-frizz, hydration, reconstruction. So when I'm talking to you all about growing your hair longer, if you're not putting masks, you know, either like this that's helping with thermo. So if you're using blow dryers, if you're using curling irons, if you're using a straightener on a regular basis, like, and honestly, I'm going to say if you're even doing that at least 3 times a week, you need one of these masks so that you're helping your hair stay strong and you're not just constantly breaking bonds and breaking it down and breaking it down. You can also grab the Bond Angel. I love it. You can also grab the Beauty Sleep. It really depends on your hair, what you do with your hair, because a lot of times I just let my hair air dry. I use a lot of these conditioners. I just let it air dry. It's super soft. It's super manageable. And then I just go from there. Now I still use heat on my hair. I'm going to show you specifically what I use as well. All right. Now I'm going to get into what I personally consider more of the actual hair training. Everything that I've shown you so far is about keeping your hair to where you can continue to grow it. It's strong, it's protecting it from heat, it's a deep conditioner, things like that. Everything like that is super, super important. And I wanted to start with all of those to get that across first. Because everything that I'm going to go over now for hair training, it does not matter if you go and do all of these things and you're not conditioning and deep conditioning and restoring your hair and helping it grow. Okay? Does that make sense to everybody? I see you guys are moving ahead to those brushes. If you got any questions about those brushes, just holler at me. Okay? So this right here, and I use this constantly, this is an apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar. This is a scalp scrub with pink Himalayan sea salt, okay? It naturally exfoliates and cleans your scalp, okay? If you all do not know this already, hair care starts at your scalp, not the ends of your hair. It starts at your scalp. If you have too much oil, if you have too little oil, if you have buildup on your hair, if you are and I hate to say it like this, okay, but if you are a common and regular offender of using, I'm going to put these out so you guys can see them like this, and I'm going to put this over here like so. There we go. This is what we're talking about right here. And sorry, it's so messy on the top. I use it all the time. Okay, okay, they're still asking that. Okay, you need to make sure that you are scrubbing your scalp and getting all of that dry shampoo off. I have told my mother this I don't even know how many times now, because I tell her, if you do not clear the hair follicle at your scalp from oil, from if you might have dead skin or dandruff, dry shampoo, styling product that you put up there, your follicle on your head cannot breathe. Your hair is going to fall out. The follicle is going to die. Your hair is going to fall out. You need to make sure that you're getting a scrub. Yes, a scrub. And you need to scrub your scalp. Now, at the beginning of this stream, I told you all I have not washed my hair in about a week. I usually go probably, I would say, 9 to 10 days. And that's just because I have little kids, and by then I usually have something from them in my hair that's really gross. Yeah, so that's how long I make it. I use this scalp scrub every time I get into the shower, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. Let me open it up. And it smells like apple cider vinegar. It does. I'm going to tell you guys when you're asking about smells. See how thick this is? And you guys can see those really big salt crystals that are down in there. When you get those out and start scrubbing your head, you're going to feel it on your scalp. And you're going to say, oh my gosh, if you've never used a scalp scrub before, you're going to love it. I promise. Apple cider vinegar is also really great in general for kind of detox, like a detox type shampoo for the scalp as well. The other thing that I want to show everybody for growing your hair and hair training, let's set this over here since this is what we're talking about right now, is this guy right here. If you do not own one of these or multiple of these, and mine's already falling apart and I need multiple more, if you do not own one of these, you need to get one. Now, I'm not saying that you can't go in with your fingers and start scratching, all around on your head, but this feels a lot better, and then you also don't get junk underneath your fingernails, which is a lot nicer. This right here, you're going to take this part right here, and it's not hard, it's not going to hurt you. You're basically going to, if this is my scalp right here, you're going to take this after you've put this salt scrub right here, this apple cider vinegar scalp scrub. That's a tongue twister, isn't it? You're going to take this and you're going to rub all over your entire scalp. This is going to break up any of that residue from whatever you're putting on your hair. Maybe you're putting one of the products I'm going to show later, which is it's the Style Edit that is a color corrector. Like maybe you want to cover those grays that are coming out. You want to spray them really quick. That's still like a powdery type substance that is just sitting up on your scalp, okay? You want to make sure you're using these. You want to make sure you're using a scalp scrub when you do wash your hair and really get in there, and honestly, it feels really nice. I get in the shower all the time and I have a headache, and by the time I'm done doing all this for like 15 minutes, I'm good to go. I have no headache anymore. I've worked out all the knots in my head. So these definitely need to get. The next thing that I'm going to go over is down here. Let me grab it. I had to look for where my stuff was, guys. All right. The next couple of things that I'm going to go over are also extremely important. They're extremely important. I'm going to set this right here. Those are all things that we've gone over. So if you see something over here that I've already gone over and you want me to go over it again, or you have more questions, holler at me. That's what I'm here for. Okay. I'm going to talk about brushing wet hair. Combing it, whatever you want to do. Most people, now if you are not one of these people and you can get a regular comb through your hair after you've washed your hair, then touche for you, congratulations. I am not one of those people. My hair likes to knot up. My hair just, it's just there. Hey, Lamont, you must have finished your stream, Lamont. Now you're in mine. Tell me how many t-shirts you sold tonight, Lamont. I want to know. T-shirts, sweatshirts, you tell me what you sold. Okay, we're going to go over the brushes. I'm going to go over to the screen. I have to think about what screen I'm on. I got all these cameras now. Okay, when you are brushing your hair straight out of the shower, your hair is wet, right? You just conditioned it. You just washed it. It might be really knotty. These are the type of brushes that you need to be using. This is the Lange Sienna. See how kind of wide it is. It's not going to be pulling your hair out. The other type of brush, which I see that my daughter has stolen, but that's okay because this is the same thing, are the wet brushes. You guys see where it says wet brush right there? Wet brush. I keep this brush because we're constantly going to a pool, or I might take a shower at the gym, anything like that I might have wet hair. I do keep this in my car, this little one, and you can get a pack that has the big one and the little one in it just so that you have the extra. Make sure that you are brushing your hair when you get out of the shower with the correct type of comb or brush. A wet brush, a brush that is meant for wet hair. This one, I'll be honest with you guys, it is meant for both wet and dry hair. And that's why I like these so much. Let me go back and show you what I'm talking about. That's why I like these so much. They do have a % off at the time of my live stream on all of these brushes right here. The other thing that I want to remind everybody when we're talking about brushes, if you guys are watching me right now, put the last time you replaced your hairbrush or your comb in the chat right now. Was it 2 years ago? Was it last week? Do you have one in your stocking and you're waiting on it? When was the last time that you replaced your brush or comb? Because I want to know. You should be replacing these. You should be replacing these. I'm going to repeat it again. You should be replacing these. You want to look at them. If you start seeing all these little things on the end coming off, or some of them are missing, it's time to replace it. If you're brushing your hair and those little knobs, those little plastic or silicone or whatever they are on your brush knobs are starting to come off, or some of them are missing, you need to replace your brush, okay? You need to replace your brush. You need to have a wet brush for wet hair. Okay, the next item I'm going to go over, because now we're starting to talk about you're out of the shower now, you've done your mask, you've washed your hair, you've brushed with the correct brush. If you are looking for volume, the Southern Belle, yeah, it's cute, right? Southern Belle Volume Boosting Mousse is going to be for you, okay? This stuff, shake well, apply generously, dollop to damp hair from roots to ends. You can, yes, put this on the root to end. I typically only put this, yep, it's only fair. Thanks for stopping by my stream. You're so welcome. It's nice to have people stop by. I like that, and I like dropping in with people, and I like asking questions. So that's just me. So thank you for dropping in. Sales show up at delivery. Oh, interesting. Okay. So Dry Bar. This is from Dry Bar. Now, some of you don't really like a lot of volume on top. You don't like volume here. That's fine. This is not going to be for you. These are for my people who want to try and add volume to their hair. If I am getting ready to go out to, like, I don't know, a Christmas party with my husband, or we're going to get, family photos done or something like that, then yeah, I will put this on the ends of my hair so that my hair looks thicker. That's just me. This fabulous stuff. Yeah, it is nice to have company, isn't it? Sometimes I get in these streams and I have a lot of people just even talking to each other, which is awesome. Talk to each other, that's fine too. And sometimes I have people asking specific questions, which is great. But it's also nice to have other creators kind of jump in, just because I think you guys would be more likely to tell me, like, if my sound went out, or if something looked off, or you might even send me a private message later to say, hey, did you mean to show XYZ when you were really talking about this? It's helpful, right? It is. It's helpful. All right, I'm going to keep going. Sorry, I digress. I get sidetracked very easily, don't I, guys? All right, this also has, and again, you guys don't pay attention to my hair, okay? I'm sorry. These are my actual brushes. These are not like for show. These are actual brushes. This is called the Hair Shark. Yep, Hair Shark. This side has those boar bristle brushes on this side. And I'm going to talk about the boar bristle brush again in just a minute, because when I was telling you guys about using, using this guy right here to scrub your scalp, you are going to want to have a boar bristle brush that you can use in between your washes so that you can get on your scalp and start pulling the oil from your scalp out with the boar bristle side and down into the ends of your hair. It's basically taking the oil from your scalp away so that your scalp's going, oh, okay, maybe they didn't really need that. And it starts to help your head, your scalp, realize maybe I'm producing too much oil, or maybe I'm not producing enough oil. It can go both ways. The boar bristle brush side is really going to also help break up. So let's say I used my Southern Belle on the back of my head right here, and I used the teasing side, yes, this is a teasing side, of this comb, and I was teasing up with my volume to try to have that, you know, like big Southern Belle hair, right? So let's just say I did that. That foam, the volumizing foam, is still on my scalp. So at the end of the day, I'm going to go back with a boar bristle brush, and I'm going to basically try to get all of that off of my scalp so that it's not blocking the follicle on my scalp. I don't want my hair to fall out because I'm using hair product or I'm using dry shampoo, and I don't want to have to go wash my hair every other day or every day because my scalp is oily. I don't want to do that. I'm trying to train my scalp to work with me and work with my hair to grow. Okay, my hair used to be up to here, and every time I got right here to my shoulders, I was having to chop it all off anyway because of how the ends looked. That's before I learned all this wonderful jazz. Grab some food, but I want to make sure I came in. I'm glad you had a good stream, and thank you for stopping by, Lamont. I really do appreciate it. So this guy right here, it also has this end so that if you're wanting to kind of section your hair, this overall is just a really cool, I would say, gadget. It's not a must-have, especially if you don't tease your hair or section your hair very often, but it is a nice to have. Now, the next item I'm going to go over, I think is really important when it comes to hair training and trying to grow your hair longer, because heat is never your friend, okay? It's not. You don't want to curl, use a clamp curling iron. You don't want to do, like a heated flat iron. If you're doing that on a daily basis, or if you're doing that every single time you're washing your hair, I'm going to tell you two things. One, stop. And two, if you are doing those things, please go grab one of these, minimum one of these, the Hair Botox Expert, so that it can help you with the anti-frizz, the UV thermal protection, and damage that you may have already done to your hair. What I want to show you next are these. Yes, these look silly. Yes, my husband makes fun of me when I wear these. No, I do not care. You put this, see how this one has like a flat side right here? The reason that I like this set the most, other sets, these are heatless curlers, just so you guys know. Heatless curlers. This flat side right here, you can put on the top of your head, and so it's not like a big round thing that's like awkward to sleep in. When you do this, you're then going to take your hair basically and start wrapping it around this entire thing. Sorry, one side fell, guys. When you wrap this around the entire thing, this is if you like your hair to be curly. You can do this with your hair wet. You can do this with your hair like almost dry. Then you're going to take one of these little silky scrunchies that's down in here. And yes, it is important to use the one that are like the satiny, silky for hair damage reasons. And that's what this is also made out of, which is why I like these. And then you're going to tie this off. And then you're going to go to sleep. You're going to obviously do the other side too. I put 2 of these in when I do this with my hair. I did this with my hair last night. The curl has since fallen out, but I did this with my hair last night. I do 2 of these. I have one that does like the front, and then I have the other one that does the back. And then I sleep with these in. They're soft, they're foamy, they're also that silky satiny, so it's not going to pull your hair out. The reason you want this type of fabric is you do not want it to be pulling on your hair or to create any kind of static or any type of frizz or things like that. Okay, we already went over the Lange Live Volume. I showed you guys the video on this. This is what I use. This is a hair dryer / round brush as well. So it's 2 in 1. So you don't have to blow dry and then round brush. You simply use this and it's blowing dry as you also round brush. This is what I use as a straightener for my hair because it honestly straightens my hair the best. If you are not into, sleeping with those heatless rollers in, and you're like, no, I have to curl my hair, or I like big curls, all that jazz. The Lash wands, not curling irons, wands. You're going to want to get a curling wand. Okay, yes, I do have to use a glove so that I don't burn myself. When you use a wand to curl your hair, you're not putting as much of your hair straight onto the heat like you would if you were flat ironing and doing the flat iron to do the curl, or the big clamp and you're clamping it all straight down on it, and you're not doing that much. The curling wands create less damage that you're doing to your hair, so if you have to curl your hair, I do recommend getting the wand. I do also recommend what they call the Beach Waver. The Beach Waver is the one that you do it and it just curls it up, and then you clamp it off and it curled the whole thing for you, and then you're not having to physically sit here and try to like wrap your hair around this, or like remember, oh wait, now I'm on this side, so I gotta do like this. The Beach Waver just does it for you. The other thing I want to point out to everyone is this silicone heat little pocket that I have here. Not only is this wonderful for travel, because then you don't have to, and I put it in upside down, sorry, the wand is supposed to go down. You don't have to wait for it to cool to put it back into this little heat sleeve. And it also, it has a little like closure right here that you can put, like my glove is also down in there, and then I can close this up and then it doesn't fall out. So it's great for travel, but I leave mine in here all the time. And then when and if I get it out, I also lay this flat so that when I need to set my hot tool down, it sits on top of this instead of anything else that's out, right? Okay, we're going to keep going. I also put on here, because there's a % off on it, the Drybar. This is a blow dryer round brush as well, just so you guys know. All right, I am going to show you all, let me think. Let me show you guys one thing about these masks before we move forward, because I have to go grab these. They're on the other side of the room. So let me show you guys this right quick. While I do that, I'm going to show you guys what my top selling hair products have been really quickly while I grab our next products. Okay, sorry guys. Need a little bit of water. Okay, now we were talking about after you've washed your hair and you have, nope, wrong one again. Nope, wrong one again. One day I'm going to remember what my cameras are. When we talked about after you've washed your hair, you've done your scalp scrub, you have used any, honestly, of these masks, whatever you feel would be better for you. Let's say you use your hair Botox, you rinse it out, you get out, you've styled your hair after you've done this treatment, okay? Now we're going to move on to like the next day or like 2 or 3 days after that. Usually when most people are going to start feeling oil on their head and they're going to think, what am I supposed to do? I have to go through this whole process again and wash my hair. I'm going to have to start over. Most people will use a dry shampoo. I get it. It just basically extends your hair so that you can keep going. The thing that I want to cover with everyone, I have both dark blonde and medium blonde here. These are the Style Edit. They are a root concealer for blondes. While I do use, on occasion, a dry shampoo, I am honestly more likely to use these Style Edit root concealers, especially if I see any gray hairs, because I don't want to see them, or if it's been way too long in between me going to get my hair done and it just really looks bad. I can honestly use either one of these because I have balayage hair, so my roots are a little darker than my ends anyway. So if I use the medium blonde, it just makes my roots look more like my ends. And if I use the dark blonde, it makes my roots look like they should, which is really a little darker. These, for me personally, yes, these are the instant root touch-ups, and it does do like a color, like kind of powder deposit on your hair. However, for me, it acts like a dry shampoo as well, which is nice. So I wanted to put these on here instead of specifically putting dry shampoo, and they do come in multiple colors. All of the Style Edit comes in multiple colors. There's the dark brown. They also have a light brown. And then they also have these that I want to show everyone because these are great for travel. If you don't want to do this whole big thing here, you can have one of these little guys right here. This is the Blonde Perfection. Let me go over here and show you guys. Blonde Perfection. And when you flip the lid up, you're going to see a mirror, and you're going to see almost what looks like, I would say like a makeup bronzer down in there, right? Then when you pop out the bottom, I'll show you guys over here. Here's the container. I popped out the bottom. There's a little sponge in there, right? There's a little sponge down in there. You can take this, let's say that you were not planning on going to see anybody today, and you just found out that you have to, I don't know, you have to go meet somebody that you haven't seen in a while, and you just realize that you have gray hair showing like right here in the front. What do? Do you just go and just be like, well, I mean, it is what it is. You can keep this in your car. You can also travel with this as well. All you have to do is take this little sponge out, get that powder that's on there, and put it over anywhere that you're trying to cover up, and it's going to instantly cover that up, so you can just kind of go on your way and not worry about it. I travel with this, especially when we are, like on a plane and things like that, just because it's so compact. It's easy to get around with. You could honestly even leave this in your purse because it's very lightweight. It's nothing. All right. Now, let's say you've used your dry shampoo, you've used the volumizer, you've used hairspray, whatever, you've used product on your hair. It's day, let's say 4, right? And you've not washed your hair. When I talk about a boar bristle brush, this is this Sienna paddle brush. There are the boar bristles all down in here, and honestly, I really need another one of these. I told you guys earlier that you need to replace your brushes whenever you start seeing these little like silicone ends start coming off. That's when you know you need to replace them. So I'm going to grab another one of these probably at the end of my stream because I see that there's a % off right now and I want to claim it while that % off is there. You're going to take this the same way I told you before. I just like this one personally because it's so large and it covers a much larger area. You're going to take this down into your scalp and you're basically just going to brush your whole scalp until you start brushing everything that's kind of left on your scalp, that powder, any product, any like dead skin cells, oil. You're basically going to just start brushing that out, and then you're going to pull it and brush it through to the ends of your hair. Some people call this like oil pulling instead of hair training, because what you're doing is you're trying to get everything off your scalp so that your follicle can breathe, it can get air, it's not clogged, any of that kind of stuff. You're pulling the oil away from your scalp and you're pulling it down into your ends. Okay, that's what this brush is for. Now, I also want to briefly go over this. I'm featuring these tonight. These were a gifted item to me. I wanted to go over this because I used to wear hair extensions when my hair was shorter. There is nothing wrong with wearing hair extensions. Just make sure that you're getting a quality brand. This is the GooGoo. These are clip-in hair extensions. They come in multiple different colors. And the thing that I want to cover about hair extensions, especially when they're like this is the real 100% human hair, just so that you guys know, the GooGoo is 100% human hair. You want to make sure that you are also washing, conditioning, and treating your extensions the same way that you are your normal hair, okay? You can't like mistreat your extensions and think, you know, well, it's not my hair anyway, because these are real hair. These are, in fact, real hair. And so these masks that I've been talking about over here, oh my gosh, all of these masks that are over here, these deep conditioners that we've been talking about, the Beauty Sleep, the Ampules, the Bond Angel, you can also use those on your hair extensions as long as, I mean, obviously as long as it's real hair. I do encourage you guys, if you're looking, you know, to get that long hair look and you want it now, like everybody wants everything like right now, these are great. And they feel amazing. These feel absolutely amazing. I just got my hair done, but you can see that my hair is darker up at the top and then I get lighter down at the bottom. And they do that type of coloring with this brand, with the GooGoo. So if you're wanting that look now, let's say you want like to make your hair look thicker. Let's say you already have long hair like me, but you just want it to look thicker for family photos that you're getting ready to do, or for a holiday party, or whatever it is you're doing, I 1000% do recommend getting a quality hair extension. And in my opinion, the GooGoo really is a really nice quality. These are also clip-in. I am not a big fan of like, you know, the woven in, the glued in, the tape, like I'm not fans of anything like that, just because I don't really think that you should damage your hair in order to get the look that you're going for. I am a much bigger fan of clipping them in, and then at the end of the night, you clip them out, okay? I've never, knock on wood, somewhere around here I got wood, I have never had an extension just like fall out, pop out, anything like that for it to be a concern. And I have always worn the clip-in hair extensions. One of my girlfriends, when I was in my 20s, she would go and have hers kind of sewn in. And then she ended up having really, you know, bad hair damage from that. Obviously that's, you know, her story. It's not everyone's story. But I was kind of scarred after that. And so I never wanted to go and get that done. So I get clip-ins. These are what I get if I'm using them. If you guys see my hair, like obviously this is not much. This is where my hair was before I just got it cut. This is exactly where my hair was before I just got it cut. So these are the perfect lengths for me personally. It says on here to be gentle when you're detangling. So you also probably want to use those brushes that I've gone over with these. It says deep condition weekly. Apply conditioner and some more water and let them soak for 20 minutes. So when we're talking about hair extensions, make sure that when you get these that you're taking good care of them as well. And all of these deep conditioners that I'm going over can also be used on hair extensions. And honestly, they probably should be, just so that you're using the same product on your hair that you're also using on your extensions, so that everything looks cohesive. So if you do one of these keratin treatments, you know, or this one on your hair, then I would recommend also doing it on your extensions, just so that everything looks cohesive. Okay. So that's my spiel on extensions. Some people are, I'm not going to mess these up by doing that. I'm going to set them over here because I don't want to create knots in those. Okay. So I also personally think, this is just my opinion, that when you add those clips into your hair, sometimes a little bit of that pull is okay. and it can just kind of like let you test the strength of your hair and kind of pull on it a little bit, much like when you're using this on your scalp and you're kind of digging all around. You're stimulating your scalp, you're stimulating the follicle. It's all about making sure that your scalp knows that you want your hair to grow. Okay, then you're treating your scalp respectfully. Okay, the next thing I'm going to go over is what type of pillow you should be sleeping on if you're worried about frizzy hair, hair breakage, you want to grow your hair longer, all that jazz. These are the ones that I get. These are the 100% satin pillowcases by Kitsch. I personally really like these because there's a zipper on them. So a lot of times when I have had these like satin pillowcases before and I wake up in the middle of the night and the satin pillowcase is like off the pillow, if it doesn't have that zipper to stay on here. The other thing I want to go over with everybody also by Kitsch is if you're going to use the scrunchies on your hair at night, especially when you have long hair, you can just kind of take the scrunchie, pull your hair to the side, put it on there. You want to make sure that you are tying your hair down at night so that it doesn't get all like rat's nesty and tangly and things like that. It's really just going to help you more with a lot more of the damage control, the frizz, things like that. But make sure that you're using the satin ones. There are also sets with Kitsch, which these would make a great gift, just so you know, that you can get the pillowcase, the eye mask, and then also these as well. If you are like me and sitting around with one of these, you know, hair masks on your hair, let's say you got either the length extender on your hair or the Botox expert on your hair, and you're wanting to walk around your house and you're afraid that you're going to get this on the sofa or you're going to bump into something, then I do think that it's okay to get something like this. This is like a head wrap that you can get. And then the inside is almost like this really soft kind of microfiber that you can get. You can get something like this, or you can also get one like the Kitsch that is listed that is more of that really soft, like silky type material so that it's also not pulling your hair out. My recommendation to everyone is that when and if you do your hair mask and then you wrap your hair up, that you also wash this after you are done. Okay, the last few items that I'm going to go over are when we're talking about finally washing your hair after you have been using your dry shampoo, after you've gone a couple of days from washing and you're pulling with your boar bristle brush and you're pulling everything away from your scalp. At some point, when you first get started with hair training, I will say it's probably around day 4 or 5 that you just kind of say, oh, okay, no, I can't stand this. I have to wash my hair. You will build up to eventually be able to go, 9, 10 days or more, and then you still don't really have oil on your head and your ends still really look good and you're good to go. When you are ready to wash your hair, make sure that you are washing your hair with something and your scalp with not only what we covered before, scrubbing that scalp really good because it hasn't been washed in a while, but also a shampoo that is sulfate free, that is going to be a little more gentle for you and is also going to be hydrating. I really like these. Honestly, this is the Hydrating Illuminating System. This is, removes impurities and eliminates it from hair. You're looking for something that's going to basically be a clarifying type shampoo. A lot of people, and I use this as well, this is also a pH balance, the rice water protein, and it's a bar. Okay, so these Kitsch they make a conditioner and a shampoo bar, and I'm sorry, I grabbed the wrong one. I grabbed the conditioner instead of the shampoo. But they're a bar, and it makes it really super easy when you have a whole bar of this that you can rub directly on your scalp and then go back either with your fingers or, like I said, one of these, and really get your whole scalp really well all over to make sure that you have effectively cleaned everything. The rice water protein is also really big right now for trying to strengthen your hair. And honestly, the next thing I'm going to show you, some of you guys might be like, wait, what? This is the Hula Home. There's also a really nice discount on these as well. I love, 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 love these spray bottles. This is a mister. This is just water in here right now. I'll show you guys. I don't know if you can see it. Kind of, yeah, you can. This is just water misting out. This is my daughter's because she has naturally curly hair, and I have to kind of usually wet her hair to get it scrunched back. Now, I was just talking about the rice water protein, okay, bars, and why rice water protein is really good for hair. You can Google it. Whoop, I'm dropping all kinds of stuff over here. You can Google the rice water protein in your hair and look at this next thing that I'm going to show you all. I use these spray bottles right here, and each week, yes, each week, I make my own rice water. I use this, let me see, right here. This is organic gourmet rice, okay, organic basmati. I'm probably butchering that to death. This is what I use. I looked into this a lot online as far as the rice water, as far as like putting it on your skin, putting it on your scalp, putting it on your hair, and this is something that I've been doing. So I'm going to show you guys how I make mine really quickly, and then we'll come right back. Okay, so I've been doing that for a while now. Honestly, I've probably seen the most difference in my skin, but I also have seen a difference in my hair as well. So these bottles right here, you can make that rice water kind of protein mixture at home. You can always come back to my stream and go back and look and see how I made it, but you can also look up very easily how to make the rice water protein spray for your hair as well. But I do stock up on this rice specifically on Amazon just because it's been really hard to find the correct kind of organic rice that I needed at all my different grocery stores. All right, behind me today, you're gonna see my National Tree Company. This is my wreath that everyone has been asking me what it is. Today, I also had a % off on my red bow dress that I have over on the side over there, as well as what I'm wearing tonight. I'm also going to give a quick shout out to Pluggable. I have my Pluggable set up right here. I don't know if I can hold it up to show you all or not. I probably can't. It is right here. This Pluggable has expanded my USB ports on my laptop to where I can have all these different cameras going. I can have my light plugged in. I can even have my phone plugged in over here charging. This Pluggable, it's a Thunderbolt. It's also a charger if you were to need it for your laptop, but it basically has just expanded it to where I can have multiple monitors all going at the same time. I can have multiple cameras all going at the same time, and honestly, it's pretty awesome. So big shout out to Pluggable. I'm also going to do a big shout out to my DJI mic, just because typically I have Joe in here with me as well. And this mic system is what I use, and all I have to do to put Joe on here as well, if he walked in right now, is just hand him the other mic that's in here, and then he's automatically on here. I also use these, I can plug this directly into my iPad or my Android phone, anywhere that I am recording videos, also on my big nice camera that I have. I'm a content creator, and having a good voiceover is really important. And these have been absolutely amazing. Also, a big shout out to my 4K webcams. Thank you. And so that's all that I have for this evening. So here's how this works, y'all. I have the 20% off right now that's up in the stream. Okay, 20% off the products, all the hair products that I have right over here. We have the Bond Angel, we have the Soul Color, we have the Beauty Sleep. We have our hair Botox that is for silver hair. We have our hair Botox that is also for blonde hair and getting rid of that brass. Nobody likes brassy hair, y'all. We have a length extender. If you want to grow your hair, grab the length extender. If you are constantly putting heat on your hair, you live like out in the, go to the sun all the time. I used to live in the like far south, and I was in the sun all the time. You want to get something that's going to protect you from UVA and also thermal. If you have darker hair and you're kind of tired of how dull your hair looks in between going and getting more dark put on it, you might want to grab this one that's for dark brown hair so that you can get more dark deposit. You can always go and tap on any of these from my listing right now. When you open it, it will show you if there's currently a % off or a coupon that you can also clip. Make sure down at the bottom of my screen right now, I'm looking right now, it says click here to save 20% on eligible products. Click there where it says that. So everyone listening, click there where it says, click, it's in like a, to me, it looks like a very light blue, almost white color. And it says promotion terms. Click here to save 20% on eligible products. And what I will do is I'm going to bring this over so that I can show everybody, because I have had people before tell me, hey, you were talking about that in your stream, and I never saw it. I had no idea what you were talking about. I didn't see it anywhere. So I'm going to show you guys right now. Right here. Click here to save up to 20% on eligible products. All you have to do is click that right there. It's going to turn green, or it does for me anyway. Now it says there's an extra 20% off of eligible items will be applied at checkout. So if I add any of these products from Nutree, from Bray, from Amazon List, all of these products that I go over, all up here, all of these different hair treatments, hair masks, hair lengthening, hair beauty sleep night serums, hair growth, deep conditioners, all of those and any of those I can get 20% off on, okay? The other nice thing that you can do, so let's say you want to say, hey, well, what else can I get? When you click on, let's say I click right here. When you click on this, I'm going to show you this and walk you through this. When you click here, this is a product that you can get the 20% off on. You can additionally, on any of these products where it says visit the Bray store, you can click right there. It will take you to their entire storefront, their entire lineup of everything that they sell. Go grab 20% off of anything you want, okay? You can get it at Bray, you can get it at Nutree, which is right here, or I'm sorry, Amazon List, and you can get it at Nutree. So if I go here for Nutree, I've already clicked for my 20% off. I'm going to click and open that listing. Great. Visit Nutree Professional Store. Click right there. It's going to open up their whole store for me. I can go through here and say, well, hey, she didn't talk about this. What's this? This might be something I want. Great. Go use the 20% off and grab that. This 20% off is for anything in those stores who were sponsoring me this evening, which is Nutree, Bray, and Amazon List. Okay. I have been trying to get my hair to grow for years. I honestly did not have luck. Until I found the Nutree products. I see a lot of people are clicking on the brown. I knew that you guys would. I honestly felt like between the purple being for blondes, getting rid of the brassiness, and then also helping with thermal repair and damage that you do stripping your hair. I also felt like this brown right here would be good, especially if you have dark hair and it fades. It really fades in between those treatments. This is going to help kind of deposit that color back in. I do want to note that you guys do want to pay attention to their kind of color scheme that they have on there. And here's what I mean by that. Let me pull this back over and I will show you guys again. Normally, I do not ever pull up listing pages, but I am going to do it today because I want to be sure that you guys are understanding what I mean. Okay, when you're looking at this right now, you're going to see the dark brown hair Botox. When you scroll down, you're going to see all the other ones as well. So like I said, if you guys are redheaded, boom. Okay, there is one for you too. You are not left out, I promise. When you scroll down here, it's going to show you and it's going to explain to you, okay, like here's what this looks like. If you are before in this medium brown or like dark blonde area, after you do the hair Botox, this is the color, more the color scheme of what your hair is going to look like. This is what I mean by it's basically changing and depositing that brown. It's depositing that color into your hair. It's not going to stay forever. No, it's not going to stay forever. And no, I'm not going to say this is going to cover grays for you, but it is like these ladies right here. It is just going to make you have kind of that shine and your hair just look healthy, which I think is really important. Regardless of the length of your hair, even if you have hair like all the way up here, if your hair looks healthy, that's all you're really aiming for, right? You just want healthy hair. Okay. So I am going to leave this screen up just for a few more moments. If you guys have anyone who loves hair care and they missed this stream, please take the link of this stream and share it to them and say, hey, you need to go over and get her 20% off while she's still alive and claim it on these products. Feel free to share this stream. If you are not currently following me, make sure that you do tap that follow button over on Amazon Live. You can get there the easiest if you're watching on a different platform right now. You can get there the easiest by going to ketosismom.live, and that is scrolling above my head right now if you need to know how to spell it. I'm Jen. Thank you guys for shopping with me this evening, and I'm going to leave this up a little bit longer so that everybody can claim that 20% off. And I will see y'all soon. Bye. Whoop.